First of all, thank you to the Hampton Beach Area Commission and John for inviting us and inviting the senator. Unfortunately, she has to be down in Washington to vote, but I'm here on her behalf, so thank you. Just a couple of things very quickly. A lot of the things that have been talked about here require funding, as you mentioned, and some of that might be federal funding, earmarks or appropriations. And the senator's office, along with the rest of the congressional delegation, can be a resource and a partner in this entire project in revamping and moving Hampton Beach forward. And that's really what we want to be. Once you have thought of what exactly you want to do, and I think this has been mentioned a couple times, that it has to come from the community, but when you figure that out, let us know so we can help with the appropriation process, with grants. If there's money from the federal government that you need, please let us know so we can then get involved and be an advocate on your behalf and be part of the process. Whether it be transportation, for instance, I know that's something that we've listened to a lot and heard a lot about today, that transportation is a big issue. Let us know, and we can work with both the state and then federal Department of Transportation looking for funding. One thing that I've heard, and it may not be necessarily a federal issue, but an idea that I've seen in New Hampshire work, you talk about finding a hook. I think, Skip, you had mentioned kind of finding a hook, finding something that you can latch on to basically sell the area and sell the beach. In the North Country, they're working right now on a branding initiative. It's called New Hampshire Grand Resorts, Grand Adventures. And basically this branding issue has taken the assets of the community and really worked on using them and working together in partnership, collaboration like we're doing here today, and kind of figuring out exactly what it is that we can sell, how to best sell it. They've hired a consultant, and they figured out how can we draw tourism and really use what we have to our best advantage. I think that's something that might be helpful, looking at kind of a branding effort and really working with your local businesses, targeting certain attractions. I know that some have been mentioned today, but I think that's something that really could benefit the community in moving forward. So thanks, Skip, for bringing that up. Besides that, really just let us know what we can do to help in the earmark or the appropriations process. We're happy to get involved and invite us to other events like this so we can come and listen. I mean, you mentioned it. We want to listen to what it is you need, what it is you want to do moving forward, and how we can help. So please get in touch.
Thank you.
And I think John had mentioned, the goal of today's event is to at least begin the process of putting together that action plan, that list of items, projects, other things that are going to help make Hampton Beach, this place, an even better place. And I know Senator Gregg wants to see that, and he wants to look at that and figure out which of those items do need or will benefit from the involvement and the support of the federal government, those various federal agencies. I mean, basically, he wants to help connect Hampton Beach to the federal government, but in a good way, and to look at those things that are going to benefit Hampton Beach, and that's his commitment, is to keep working with you on that. And I assume there will be follow-up meetings or other events as you go forward with this that really start to do those action things, and that's what he wants to know. So thank you very much for inviting us.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
Well, yes, thank you for inviting us to be here today. And I'm here mainly to listen to the concerns and a lot of the ideas and convey those back to the Congresswoman. But I certainly think there is a role for the federal government to play, and even outside of appropriations, there are a lot of grant opportunities out there, whether it be SBA, Department of Transportation, EDA, and I know that a big concern here today is transportation infrastructure. I think to follow up on some of the commissioner's remarks, something that's very attractive and very successful right now in terms of federal grants is multimodal transportation projects. An interesting story up in Laconia, they received over $500,000 in Recovery Act funding to do a paved trail through the city of Laconia and around Lake Winnipesaukee that is for bicycle and pedestrian traffic. And that's not something you would typically think of when you think of transportation funding. You think of highways, roads, rails, et cetera, but that is something that the city was very successful in pursuing, and and I got over $500,000. So just something to think about, but we're certainly here to help locate grant opportunities and then support you when you go out for them. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I do want to give the other commissioners an opportunity to make some comments. It was our job today to be the listeners, to gather the information that you all have brought to the table. As you know, most of you know, we meet on a monthly basis. And this month we will be establishing our agenda, our work agenda for the next year with regard to all of our priorities. And a lot of the information that has come here today will be on our priority list. So in saying that, I do want to just give the commissioners a quick opportunity to make a comment. So we'll start with Rick.
One of the reasons I've gotten involved in the Board of Selectmen and the commissions and committees that I've been on is that I've worked and lived here on Ocean Boulevard for over 40 years. And I know what a good opportunity that it is to make your living or to make an investment in. I can tell you that the town will do everything it can to make these opportunities real. We already have the infrastructure that's in place. After listening today, obviously trash is one of the big issues. It's something that we've been working on a great deal, and we're right in the middle of establishing a whole new way of recycling and picking up trash here at the beach. Both, I know the state's working on it, and I know that the town is working hard to accomplish a better system. Another thing that stood out to me was different people that mentioned about signage, and I was taking a walk just this morning, and one of the places that the person I walked with was the new Preston property, the ice cream place. You've changed your signage or something there, and it really stands out. And the person I was walking with this morning said, God, if every place looked like that, it would make such a difference. So that's something that's been brought up for years and years and years, and I hope that we can do something about that, maybe on a town level, and I know that our commission is trying to do something. So I'd like to thank all the representatives that have come from all the different departments, particularly Senator Gregg, Senator Shaheen, and Carol Shea Porter, Congresswoman. Thank you.